Keller Williams, how are we doing today? How are we feeling? Steve Scott's feeling good. I saw Amy dancing. She's feeling good. There it is. All right. So as usual with our Friday morning calls, we are going to focus on gratitude. So I've got a nice video here from Gary V, one of my favorites, that we're going to play to kind of kick us off.
So you do what you do every single day. You know, you wake up and you run your business and you do your daily vlogs and you go places and you're a motivational speaker for a lot of people, and people look up to you and they need motivation, so they look up your shit. What drives you to do what you do and just keep moving and don't stop what you're doing?
The gratitude for that situation. I'm completely driven by gratitude. Do you know how grateful I am? Like, do you know, what did I do? My parents had sex at this one moment and created me. Like, I'm being serious. I'm just grateful. Like, I have such a good thing going. People like it. I like it. It's so good. But like, what did I do? Like, do you know how lucky I was that I was an immigrant? Do you know how much I'm driven by a chip on my shoulder? Do you know how lucky I got that I was 4'11" when I went into freshman year of high school? Like, all these things went in my favor. I don't know, man. I'm driven by gratitude. Every morning I wake up and I'm just grateful. Grateful, grateful, grateful. I'm 42 years old almost. And thank you. And unfortunately, my grandparents, 3 of my 4 grandparents died before I got to know them. So not only was I born in a communist country where capitalism and entrepreneurship is shit on, I went to the place where it's most on a pedestal. I got the greatest mom in the world. My dad taught me work ethic and my word, which made me not a bullshit artist, saved my ass, right? But then on top of everything else, I've had very little death or pain around me, and I'm 42 years old. It's unfortunate why that's the case, given the circumstances before, but it's still my reality, right? And then I have a communication style that for some reason, who knew? Don't forget I was 33 years old before I even made a video. Like, I never thought this could be real. Like, I didn't even fucking cross my mind. I was a businessman. Like, watching 20-year-olds that are hungry and thinking about their lives, right? I'm excited because I'm like, bro, you don't have any clue where this might fucking go. Because, you know, at 31 years old, I'm like, maybe I'll make a video on this YouTube thing. Like, you have no idea where it's going. So I'm completely driven by gratitude. I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful. And it drives the shit out of me.
And that helps you, like, to not procrastinate and just, like, be in a slump, if you ever are. Like, in a slump. I'm sure we all are.
Everybody's in a slump, but here's my thing, man. Nobody gives a shit.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the thing that people don't realize about slumps and depression, things that you got to break them down. It's, for some people, it's a real disease and it's real stuff. But that's on a different plane. But like being in a slump, like everybody's in a slump. Like everybody's got adversity. There's always something. To me, somebody's always got it worse. There's 7.7 billion people. And unless I'm in some weird little cage in some 4th world country, that means I'm not in last place, which means I have nothing to complain about.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you live in America.
Fuck yeah.
The fuck are you complaining about?
And then just super quick, I was just wondering, you've spoken for a lot of businesses and people, and I was just wondering, what do you think about Dutch Bros and what we are and what we do and the questions that a lot of the people have asked you?
Yeah, I mean, look, the biggest takeaway for me is like there's a lot of energy. It's young and all that. It's all rad. To me, it's just really cool that there's a smart operator at the top. And listen, you guys know me. Like, I don't know him. Like,
all right. All right. How are we feeling about that? Gary says, and I've heard him say this many, many times, him and Jeff Woods and everybody and Jay Papasan at the one thing, you can be anywhere you want to be, and you can be anyone you want to be in 5 years. 5 years is all it takes. The question is, are you doing the things that you need to do? Are you being the person that you want to be? If you're not being the person you want to be and you're not doing the things that you want to do, then you're not going to achieve the things that you want to achieve. It's just that simple. It's that simple formula. So I love that he starts with gratitude, right? And that's what fuels him. Because again, like we say, gratitude is the highest form of energy. So what are some of the things in your lives that you're grateful for right now? We do this every Friday, so this shouldn't be a surprise question, right? What high fives do we have out there for the people around us? And if I need to go first to get started, I absolutely will do that. Any volunteers?
Dan, I'm grateful.
Yeah, what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful that Robert is back in the building and he's feeling great. He's feeling fine. I'm so grateful.
I'm actually really grateful for all of the energy that everyone shoots out to us on a regular day basis. I was having a conversation with someone yesterday, and it's so difficult. It takes so much energy because when you're in front of people and you feed off of their vibe, you feed off of their energy, it's cool. But then when you're looking at a screen, it's so difficult to get that same vibe. And I'm really grateful for everyone on these calls and everyone who texts me and everyone who has texted me personally and emailed me and said thank you. I can't think of everybody's name right now, but I don't
just
want to
throw out a couple then. Name a few people specifically.
Well, Greg Brown, he texted me. It was a really nice text message. Even when Amy said the other day, thank you. April was really nice the other day. I mean, there's so many people. I don't want to start naming people because then I'm going to forget people. I'm under pressure right now. I can't do it anymore. So it's just so nice to get that vibe back because I was texting Linda Dunsmore right now, and I was like, oh my gosh, she already answered something yesterday, and I was asking for it again today, and I was like, I'm sorry, it's been a long week, and she's like, I feel the same. And it's just like you get drained, but seeing you guys, it kind of gives you that little bit of energy. So thank you guys so much because all of your faces, even though some people are just not here, it's really awesome. Thanks.
So I'm grateful because Facebook has this thing where you can adopt a senior who's graduating and send them like encouragement or a little gift. And the reason why I picked the person that I picked is he expressed gratitude. And I'm getting more out of this probably than he will, but you know, like I'm so thrilled to be able to do a little something. And, you know, it's very cool.
Awesome. Thanks, Diane.
Hey, Dan, it's Amy.
Hey, Amy.
Hi. So I'm incredibly grateful for the level of support that everyone within the Ridgefield office provides from a management point of view. I have been in a very difficult, very complex deal, not only with a divorce on one side, but a co-listing with another agent from another firm. And it has just been incredibly intense and emotional. And I just want to say thank you so much to Rick, who has stood by my side and helped me work through a lot of different things, spent a lot of time this past weekend over the holiday helping me and working with me. And we finally got the house under agreement. And I've just been blown away, just not just with that particular situation, but just with you and Rick and the admin staff and how they've handled everything through these last 9-10 weeks and been so supportive to us and so helpful. And I feel like we're all growing through this situation, which is powerful. And anyway, so I'm just very, very grateful for everyone there. And also to the mortgage staff. I used Bill for the first time in the last couple of weeks. I sent him a couple of great leads, and man, did he turn things around super quick and impressed my clients. And so just grateful for everybody who works together as a team to make us such a rock star brokerage.
Awesome. Thank you, Amy. Yeah. So is it okay for me to call your co-op agent on that now? The one you're co-listing with?
Sure.
Will she take my call?
Well,
that's been a rough one. That's been a rough one. Yeah. Awesome. Who else? Anybody else out there?
This is Alice.
Yes.
Yeah, me. Yes. I'm grateful too for the support that the staff and everybody has given us through this whole ordeal. As a fairly new agent to Keller Williams, I think it has brought me close into the family. I feel very, very connected to everybody now, and the support and the love and the I'm hugging you now has made me feel so, so good. And I look forward to these 9 o'clock and 4:30 calls every day. And I thank you all, and I love you all.
Awesome. Thank you, Alice. All right. I mean, I'm thankful for these calls every morning. It gives me, these calls, and then specifically our leadership team from both market centers meets right after these calls. And those meetings have just been incredible for me, and just the camaraderie of both market centers leadership teams has been great. So I'm extremely grateful for my fellow leadership members, especially lately. Have been great. But I'm also extremely grateful for our mortgage partners from Westport Mortgage. And I believe we have an update from Bill. Where are you at, Bill?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Awesome, Bill. What's going on?
Well, first of all, thank you so much, Amy, for those kind words. I appreciate that very much. Our message is always, there's 1,000 reasons to use brokers instead of banks. And today's very powerful reason is because while all the lenders are running from FHA and VA, and FICO scores minimums are as high as 680 with a lot of lenders now, we still have 580 for FHA and 600 for VA with multiple lenders. Some of the programs are not quite as liberal as they were, but they're still the only option for these people, and they're still excellent. So I don't think you're going to find that option very many places. We have it. Give us a call. Thanks.
Awesome. Good to hear. Good to hear. All right. It is the end of the month. Monday will be a new month, June 1st on Monday. So I wanted to give you a quick update before we kick it over to Marty. We have a short video for Marty today. But I just pulled some numbers this morning, and I know that we're going to have a ton of closings today because I know our market center, I know all of you have lots of closings today specifically. So these numbers will most likely shift by next week once the MLS is updated with all of the closed units. But year to date, any guesses to know, like how the market is doing year to date for closed units? For Fairfield County, single family and condo sales, it's only down 1.7%. With everything that's been going on the past 2 months, in the 2 busy months of the year, like what are typically the 2 busier months of the year so far, we're only down 1.76%. That's practically flat. That's like that's within margin of error kind of statistics, right? So when people are asking, how's the market? Say, it's the market. It's usual. Nothing's crazy, right? Like it's what it normally is. We're still doing business like we normally do, and people are still buying and selling houses, right? It's normal. Okay. Except for on the other side of it, because we know we've been tracking this and we've been talking about it for 2 months now. What's been happening on the listing side of things and with inventory? We're actually climbing back a little bit. So May was a great month for listing inventory so far. We're year to date. In the month of May was only down about 22% in the listing inventory compared to April, which was 68%, right? So we're still down month over month, but it's not nearly as bad as it was in April, down 22%. Now, year to date, listings taken. That was listings taken for the year to date. Is only down about 22%. Now, here's the really interesting thing, though, is when we look at volume in the sales prices, we're actually up in both units, in both year-to-date volume sold, as well as year-to-date listings sold. So, I mean, if there's ever been a better time, I haven't been in business for it, right? If there's ever been a better time in our market to list your house and sell your house, I haven't seen it in my career of 13 years. It hasn't existed. That's the message I'm sending to the people that I know. All right. So any questions or comments around that? I'm not going to update these stats. I am going to wait until the official end of the month. So I'll probably pull these stats next week and do what we typically do and get a graphic out to all of you. All right. Carlos and I will work those up. All right. But the numbers are looking strong, everybody. And I don't know about you, but this has not been nearly as bad as we were expecting it from the leadership side. I mean, we took some extreme measures to protect ourselves against the downside, but this has been like this has not been what we expected it to be. The housing market has not been hit as badly as it was in the last recession. All right. All right. Where's Adonis? AC.
What's up, Dan?
How's it going?
So,
all right, what we got today?
Today we got the task manager. Marty's going to introduce a beautiful way to track the things going on in our life and our business. It's a shorter video, like Dan mentioned. Please stay tuned.
All right.
Good afternoon, Keller Williams, and welcome back to the KW Command 66-Day Challenge, Day 44. So yesterday we wrapped up with campaigns, and today we're going to talk briefly about the Task Manager. So Task Manager is our third icon down here. You can see it has the kind of checklist with checkbox. The other nice thing is here on your home screen, you can actually see at least a brief list of tasks that need to be completed. You can toggle here on the home screen of tasks the ability to go back and forth between opportunity tasks or contact-based tasks. You can also create a new task from the home screen, and that pops up this basically pop-up to create a new task. It's the same one that you will see when we actually go into Task Manager, which we're going to do now. So Task Manager, third one here on the left-hand side. We're going to go ahead and open that, and you're going to see a list of kind of what's happening for today. So today I have a task associated with Frank Harris to get a birthday card. And then you can see I have 4 past due tasks that have not happened over the past 2 days. So I'm pretty sure these are KW agents. If you're on this list, my apologies for not sending you a birthday card. And yet these are all people that have been associated with, in this case, the Birthday Smart Plan. And it's sending me a message that I need to order or send a birthday card for each one of these people. So I have the ability to actually click on the task, and it brings up the preview where it says birthday card for Frank Harris. Send a handwritten note to Frank Harris for their birthday this week on their birthday. It's on the 12th as part of the Birthday Smart Plan. So it actually lets you know, how did this task come about? Why is this in my Task Manager? It tells you this is a part of the Birthday Smart Plan. I have the ability to see multiple pages of tasks. Should I've had more than 5 or 10, I can click through here and see all of those tasks. I also have the ability to toggle my tasks. So I want to see what is due today, what's past due, what's due over the next 7 or 30 days, and then what has been past due for 7 or 30 days past, right? And you can see all time tasks there as well. I do have the ability, so let's just say I do all time. I can sort, so you can see that these are ones that are past due. This is the one that I need to do today. And then these are tasks that need to be completed in the future. So you can see there are 10 showing here. I have 14 total. If I click on this arrow, it'll show me the last 4 that are out there in the future in February or March. So I do have the ability to click on each one of these. I can click on the box to the left of it in order to complete it. And it says complete task. You are about to mark this as complete. You will not be able to revert this change. If I click on complete task, it'll then draw a line through that task, indicating that I have completed it for the day. If for some reason I know I'm not going to be able to get to these tasks, I do have the ability to remove them altogether by archiving them, or the ability to snooze them. So if I click on snooze, I can say, hey, snooze this task for 2 days and then remind me then. Probably not the best for a birthday card, because that birthday card is probably going to get there late in that case, especially considering this is already past due. But that's the ability to actually snooze from there. Top right-hand corner, I have the ability to create a new task. So I can click on that button. I can put in the task name. And I can decide when that needs to be done. So let's just say tomorrow I need to do it. I can put the task description in here. and I can actually add a hyperlink if I wanted to. I can also associate this task with a specific contact. So if I wanted to, I could put in associate contacts, search by name, and let's see, there's AA seller. Let me associate this task with my AA seller, and then I'll click on associate contacts. It's now assigned. So if it was a specific person that I was supposed to call or email or reach out to, I could actually assign that contact to the task. And then when it comes up tomorrow, it'll actually have that task record. So you can see, what do we do? Phone call with seller. Oh, here it is, record the 66-day challenge. So if I click on this task, you can see it actually says assigned to AA seller. So it actually shows me the contact who it's associated to. And because the contact associated is right here, I can actually click on that and it'll open a contact record of the person associated with the task, which makes it much easier for me to see their phone number, their email, whatever it is that I need to do within tasks. So that's the task manager and the ability to create new tasks, view tasks that need to be done, that have already been done, or those that are past due. You also have the ability to look at opportunity tasks, which can be created, and I'll show you how to do that tomorrow. And you can kind of see I have some that have been created that are significantly past due for a specific opportunity. So I'll show you what that looks like tomorrow. As always, guys, it's great talking to you. I had a fantastic class today in the Rio Grande Valley here in McAllen. Look forward.
All right. Thanks, Marty. All right. So Adonis, what do you think about the task manager? Do you use it at all?
I don't use it as fully as I could, but I love that it's there. I think it's important to track your tasks, you know, what you inspect, you gotta expect all that good stuff. So I use the one on my Google phone, but I encourage you to use this one.
It's also great for all the various smart plans and things like that you can set up. Everything just pops in right there. So it's a great place to start your day. All right. So what are we going to be working on tomorrow, Adonis? Or Monday, sorry.
Tomorrow, hopefully we'll cut grass. I need to cut my grass, whatever needs to happen. But Monday, Marty's going to take us to an introduction to agent sites. So that'll
awesome. That's an important one. So be here for that. Also on Monday, the Ridgefield Market Center has a massive, huge announcement coming on Monday. I can't tell you what it is, but it's going to be it's one of the biggest announcements that either of our offices have had for a long time. So please join us Monday, or join me on Facebook at 12:15 p.m. on Monday afternoon for a big announcement. All right. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for sharing your gratitude with all of us this morning. And let's get out there and sell some houses. Bye, everybody.
Forward to working with the agents.
Bye. Have a great weekend.